So, good morning, guys. Welcome to your mediation. My name is Mackenzie Moore, and I'm a social worker, and I will be helping you guys with your mediation. Please feel free to just call me Mackenzie. I'm pretty informal with that. So, how would you like me to address you all? By first names or?
You can just call me Keely.
Okay. Okay, sounds great. So, just so you all know, the restrooms are located behind me out this door. If you guys ever need to go, you can just let me know, and we can take a short break. But there'll be breaks throughout the session as well. And then we have water and coffee over there on the counter if you guys need something to drink throughout the session. Are you guys both comfortable? Is the temperature okay? Is there anything that needs to be changed? Are you guys okay?
I'm okay.
Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in and start telling you guys a little bit about how this is going to work, and then we can go from there. So first, as your mediator, I'm just here to help you guys negotiate. I'm not here to give advice or choose sides. I'm just here to be neutral and help you guys negotiate on what needs to be settled. I have no authority legally, so I can't fine you, I can't hold you in contempt, I can't order you to do anything, and I definitely can't put you in jail. So just keep that in mind whenever we're going through this. I do have a couple rules for you guys. So the first one is to be reasonable and respectable with one another. So use a respectful tone. Don't yell at each other if at all possible. Just try to be, in general, really respectful. Use appropriate language and behavior, so try not to start any fights or be really aggressive or anything like that. We're going to try to stay as calm as possible throughout this process. And then whenever you are asked to stop, please do so. Please stop, and so we can move forward in the mediation process. So, like I said, there'll be breaks throughout the session. So in about 20 minutes, I'll give you guys a break. So please try to refrain from leaving the room. But if you do need to leave the room, just let me know, and we will make arrangements for that. So if you need a break before then, just let me know. And then if either of you need a caucus, that's a one-on-one conversation with me, and we can step out of the room and have a private meeting. But just so you know, if we do have one of those and you let me know, then I'll also have one with the other person. So if Lindsay wants a caucus, we'll step outside, but then I'll come straight back in and get you to do a caucus with you as well. And then we'll return from the caucuses and discuss I'll be a messenger of type. So I'll come back in and talk about what we've talked about in the caucuses. But confidentiality still stands in the caucus. So I won't go out and tell anybody anything that you guys have disclosed to me, unless you're in harm's way or you're threatening to harm somebody else, then I'll have to tell somebody. Or if there's any past abuse, then I'll have to tell somebody. So do you guys have any questions about that so far?
No.
Okay, great. So the structure of our session will be, first I'm going to ask you guys both to tell your sides of the story, and then we'll define what problem needs to be solved. And that'll be probably as far as we get right now. And then after that, we'll move on to brainstorming solutions, and then negotiating and rating our different ideas that would come up during brainstorming. And then we'll build a tentative plan, a problem resolution strategy of how we're going to resolve the problem. And then we're going to write a written agreement. So we'll both sign it. I can make copies of it for you guys, but there'll be a written agreement of what we will have discussed in session. And then we'll bring it to a close once we've reached that resolution. Does that sound good to you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So there's no questions right now?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Then we will go ahead and jump into telling each other's stories. So, Keely, would you like to go first?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, Lindsay and I have been roommates for about a year, and we decided to become roommates kind of like a wanted ad because we didn't have anyone to live with. And at first, it was okay. We got along fairly well. I've never really considered her a friend, but we lived together fine. But things now just aren't working anymore because she is so messy. She leaves dishes in the sink, she leaves laundry all over the floor, and I like to have friends over, and it's embarrassing because when they come in and there's dirty dishes everywhere and little fruit flies and laundry piled up, and I don't like to invite friends over as much, but I'm a friendly person, and so you know, there's a few things that we kind of, I guess, kind of own together. The washer and dryer is one big thing that she never uses it. So, you know, why does she need it? We found this really awesome desk. Well, I found this really awesome desk on the side of the road, and I painted it up, like made it look really nice. And so I think that I, you know, need that. And also, the TV is something we've been arguing about. She doesn't even use it. She just sticks her nose in a book and studies all the time. So I don't know. I feel like she's asking for a lot of things that I really just don't feel like she deserves, because she really hasn't been a good roommate.
Okay, thank you for sharing all that with me. Lindsay, now it's your turn. And I forgot to mention before, too, which you guys have already done a great job of, but no interrupting while we're telling each other stories. So, but thank you for not interrupting, and thank you for sharing your side of the story, Keely. So, Lindsay, you can go ahead and jump in.
All right. So, again, we've been living together for about a year. We've noticed differences, so now we're getting ready to kind of go our separate ways. She'll be getting ready to graduate, but I'll be relocating as I still have a semester of school left. There are some things we're, fighting over. The TV, the woman that I'm moving in with doesn't have a TV, so I'd maybe like to have that there. The washing machine, even though I don't use it, my parents did buy it, so I feel like that is rightfully mine. And then the desk, I still have school, a year left of school, so I feel like maybe that should come with me where she's graduating, so she might not need it. And just kind of figuring out other miscellaneous items in the apartment and where they're going to go and with who.
Okay. So it sounds like there's 3 big items that you guys are fighting over right now, but there might be some other items in the apartment that might come up as we're going through this session. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So the 3 items were the TV, the washer and dryer, and then the desk, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we're going to go into the defining the problem section. So you've already told me a little bit about why you guys think you deserve it, but just remind me one more time and I'll write it down so I can remember like what problem we're really focusing on. So I'll let Keely go first and we'll kind of go back and forth in that way. So why do you think you deserve the TV, washer, dryer, and desk?
Because she hasn't been using it. Again, the desk is something that I found and I fixed up and painted. And the washer and dryer, I mean, we've both been using it. She doesn't use it. I've been using it, and where I'm moving, there isn't one. And the TV, because I mean, again, she doesn't use it. She's just wanting this stuff because she doesn't want me to have it. Like, that's kind of where we are in this thing. Is that the things that we're supposed to be splitting up, I feel like she's just doing it because she doesn't want me to have anything.
Okay. Is it all that you had to talk about for the problem? Is that the biggest problems for you?
Yes, that's the biggest.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, Lindsay, what about you?
It's the same thing, division of the 3 major belongings.
Okay.
Just again, like the washer my parents brought.
Okay.
Having a year left of school, I think the desk would be more keen for me than for her, who's getting ready to graduate, and then just the TV. Where I'm going, there's not one, so.
Okay.
And it might be nice to have one.
All right, is there anything else that we haven't covered with your all stories or your side of the stories or anything that we need to go over before we move on?
I want to throw out that I want the dishes too, because
Okay.
I feel like I'm the one that uses them. She never keeps them clean anyway.
Okay.
And I am going to be moving out on my own, and I feel like that's important for me to have.
Okay.
So we'd actually gone in and bought new dishes because neither of us had it. We would split it because they're kind of expensive. So
Okay.
we had bought those together.
Okay, so you want to add that to the list of things we're negotiating
Yes.
here. Okay, Lindsay, is there anything you'd like to add that came up? Nope, just the 3 main ones?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, well, if that's all that you guys have, then we will continue this next time.
Okay.
Okay. don't
I
need
said
to press.
stop. I said stop.